Hello and welcome. I'm your host Gadd. In today's spotlight video, we'll be going over the new Infernal 8 Crusader Legendary Essences that just dropped on August 11th and the balance change update on September 23rd. These changes are going to shake up both PvP and PvE gameplay. So I'll break down all the new Legendary Essences and balance changes. Timestamps will be in the description below. New Legendary Essences. Harmonic Collide on the chest to activate Lightning Condemnation. This new amazing Condemn now empowers you, causing lightning damage to strike enemies that take damage more than 3 times. This includes damage over time effects and skills from other players. It also activates and refreshes damage over time effects on it. There are legendary essences that will not work with this, such as Torrential Refrain on the offhand and Permanent Reproach on the pants. Blizz for sure tested these skills out. This also cannot be used on horseback, but can be precast, meaning you can use the skill before using Drawn Quarter. This is going to be a huge game changer and create many future builds. I recommend paying attention to which essences will not work together at the time of this video. Vilification Protocol. On the offhand, Condemn gets a utility twist here. Condemn with this offhand also reduces the enemy movement speed. This adds a huge slow for a short duration, plus reduces the cooldown of Condemn. The Chainkeeper on the shoulder to activate Sacred Link. Sacred Chain now empowers you, during which holy links will form between you and nearby enemies, doing continual damage to them. Sacred Chain just got a massive upgrade. Now instead of just locking down enemies, you get empowered for a short duration. Holy links form between you and up to 3 nearby enemies, dealing continuous damage. The Eternal Legendary adds even more damage over time effects and adds to even more builds with it. This essence cannot be used while on horseback, but can be precast before using Drawn Quarter. Lash Recital on the Helm. When Sacred Chain damages an enemy multiple times with a limited time, they are dealt additional damage. This one rewards relentless pressure. Every time Sacred Chain damages an enemy multiple times with a short window, it stacks bonus damage. The more you keep them bound, the more they burned. Fugitive Daunt on the pans. Sacred Chain also disables enemy dash skills for a limited time. Sacred Chain takes it up another notch. Now the enemy dash skills get disabled. Demon Hunters, Mages, forget about escaping. Once chained, they're locked in place at your mercy. And lastly, Laden Axiom on the main hand. To activate Throng Sweep, Sweep Attack now swings 2 mystical chains towards each other in an arc, gathering enemies in the middle and stunning them. Sweep Attack evolves into something fierce. You can now swing 2 mystical chains that crash together, dragging enemies into the middle and stunning them. Think of it like a Holy Pincer move. And that's not all, Satyr Gang. We also got a fresh set of balance changes that you need to know. Let's go over them. Balance changes. These essences are unlocked in Hell and Infernal difficulty. Crown of Dispassion on the Helm for Consecrate now activates Consecration mission. Consecrate now leaves behind a holy trail that damages enemies and reduces their damage they deal by 25%. The past skill was a small range circle that damages and follows the enemy, which many players did not use, but now has changed when you move more than 2 yards, leaving a large area effect on the ground that burns and reduces the damage they deal for 3 seconds. This skill essence can be used while mounted, creating many new builds for the Crusader class. Zaynula's Last Hymn for Consecrate. On the offhand, Consecrate now slows enemies by 30% and prevents them from using dash skills for 2 seconds. This means mobility classes can't just dash out of your holy fire. Keep in mind though, it can only be triggered once every 6 seconds per enemy. This is an amazing addition to use with other builds. Objurgation for Judgment. On the shoulders now activates Sustaining Judgment. The past essence was a buff skill that would call down a blast of holy light, damaging nearby enemies that many satyrs did not use. But Judgment now creates a punish aura. Enemies inside get slowed by 30% and take 25% more damage. And if they get hit with a knockback, they're stunned for 2 seconds. This can be used while on horseback. I believe Blizz is trying to say something with this update. Cavalier's Courtwear for Drawn Quarter. The pants now activates Trample. Drawn Quarter now sends enemies airborne when you trample them. While mounted, you're immune to knockback and can't be dismounted by CC and take 45% reduced damage from skills. Your own skills deal 45% less while mounted. So this is a massive survivability buff, making Crusaders tankier on horseback viable for PvP, making Hell Pilgrim on the chest a thing of the past, but also making other chest essences such as Commander's Rally and Perfect Posture to compensate for damage decrease. In PvP, this is Strife down, but makes it balanced to run in PvP. Let's really test the changes and listen to the feedback. Harmonic Collide on the Condemn Infernal 8 chest now can't trigger on enemies more than 10 yards away anymore. This balance change stops damage from enemies getting killed from across the map and on respawn while active. Kind of like the Necro Essence for Grim Scythe change. So that's the full rundown for the brand new legendary essences and balance changes for the Crusader. Between all this, we've got more crowd control, more survivability, and some of the flashiest combos we'll ever see. Now I want to hear from you. Which essences or change do you think is the biggest game changer? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's 3D craft some builds together. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Message me in game or on Discord. Shout out to High Heaven. I have now transferred servers, and shout out to everyone on the server for all the love and appreciation. Best of luck and have fun. See you next time. Take care.